How's it going, guys? My name is Punlock here, coming at you with another Path of Exile guide. Today we're gonna go over my CoC Cyclone Blade Vortex Blade Fall build. So it's a pure physical Cyclone, or not Cyclone, cast on crit build. Let's start with the tree here. You can see we pick up a lot of physical damage. Pretty much our main source of scaling. You don't see any other spell damage on the tree. This is where most of our spell damage comes from. So, pretty much all we can do is exactly what we're doing, right? And then you see lots of generic crit, just what you would expect. More crit, spell crit for the spells, bunch of ES because we are indeed CI. And then Ghost Reaver, of course. We have a bunch of reduced mana reservation. That's because we run 3 auras. We have a 50, a 35, and another 35, I believe it is. Yeah, we'll look in a minute. So, let's look at our Ascendancy real quick. We have Walk the Aether, pretty much what you'd expect, so that we don't have to deal with mana anymore. Then we have attack speed and cast speed from it, so it's all great in general. The attack speed and cast speed are always going to be up, so does exactly what you'd expect it to. And then faster start of energy shield recharge. You might have seen it before, but I pick up Essence Surge. So these two combined mean that you end up with really, really strong and fast energy shield recharges. Pretty nice, honestly. Then the movement speed's really strong, and then dodge and spell block are just like extra. It's great. Flat ES, flat evasion, great. The attack speed and cast speed, once again, really synergizes with Ghost Dance and Essence Surge. And of course, just the more evasion means that our evasion is just that bit more effective. So, this node right here, if you don't like these, you can end up swapping them out for this node right here. Save yourself 3 points, get whatever else you want. This tree obviously isn't complete yet. I'll probably end up swapping out this one spell crit node for the 2 spell multiplier. Probably end up picking up this and then grab Survivalist for some more defense. It'll just work out that way. So let's go ahead and hit up our gear here. Just a multi-modded dagger. I did re-eagle this myself, so I got pretty lucky, I will say. Then I had it crafted for pretty cheaply. It went pretty well. Then we have just generic, CI gear. This is an evasion energy shield chest, because otherwise our colors would be damn near impossible. We have diamond rings, because they're great. You want to look for attack speed, resistances, some strength maybe, and then definitely you want to have at least one prefix open so that you can craft on percent energy shield. Makes a pretty big difference. Our amulet is energy shield, crit multi, crit chance, basically what you'd expect. Only thing that can make this amulet better is obviously higher rolls and then some strength, whatever. We are using Shadows and Dust. This is because I like Shadows and Dust personally. You don't actually have to run this. You can run Malagaros or Facebreakers depending upon whatever you're feeling. I just really like the Unholy Might, as well as the Smoke Cloud, as well as the Rampage. It's just all fun. The enchant of choice is definitely Decree of Blades, since we are pure physical scaling. Adds quite a bit of extra damage as opposed to the other enchantments. Other options are to go with like Volume for +1s or whatever else you're feeling. Anyways, let's move on to boots. Basically exactly what you'd expect. Yeah. So let's look at our gems real quick. We got Immortal Call, Blade Vortex, Power Charger on crit, and cast when damage taken. This is basically set up so that small hits, or a lot of rapid small hits, don't really mess with you, and then also give you power charge generation since we do have 5 of them. Then we have Whirling Blades, faster attacks, Fortify, exactly what you'd expect. We have Discipline. Then we have Hatred, Blasphemy, and Warlord's Mark. Obviously, since we don't have Leech anywhere else, we need this to deal with our Leech. Yeah, pretty much exactly what you'd expect. Here we have the only one that's really important in here is Flame Dash. However, I do want to swap out probably Herald of Ice or Ice Golem. I can't really cast Ice Golem since I don't have the mana. But yeah, so I want to swap out Flame Dash for Lightning Warp with reduced duration, because longer gap dash and less annoying bullcrap in general to deal with. Let's get on to our main links here. We've got Cyclone. Gotta have that saw blade, or else you're not actually dealing damage. You know that's how it works, right? Anyways, we got cast on crit, or no, not cast on crit. Increased crit strikes for the additional base crit chance. Then we've got cast on crit, Blade Vortex, Blade Fall, obviously since these are our main damage sources. And then the last link, once you get a 6th link, is going to be Poison. Because of a lot of the physical damage nodes that we are already picking up, having chaos damage, you end up with a pretty good amount of poison damage, even though we don't have any increased duration. So, I think... oh, I almost forgot. Vengeance. Reckoning, Power Charge on crit, and Endurance Charge on stun. These actually go off a surprising amount, the Endurance Charges at least. So, don't skimp on this. When you crit, you will likely stun, even though you have no real damage. It makes a big difference, actually. So, you can see my previously failed recording attempt. So, this is just a random map. I just alked it and said, screw it, let's do that. Pretty much all damage mods. I'm having a hard time getting into higher maps. I just keep falling out of like 10s and 11s. And can't get any upgrades or even returns. So I'm gonna have to show you in here. Oh, probably want that fusing. You can see though, it pretty much goes through everything as quickly as you'd expect it to, seeing as it's a cast on crit build. You can see, barely take any damage, and when I do, it's instantly leeched. Let's kill this Brandis chest. Let's go over the flask choices, since I didn't do that earlier. Alright, cool. That's done. We've got the Aetseries. We've got a Stab Knight flask with a adrenaline roll on it. That's actually really important. It means you have really high uptime on your adrenaline. And since we don't run a Quicksilver flask, we can't really put it on there. And then we have a Diamond flask, a Jade flask, and a Granite. I picked the Granite over a Stab Knight because most of the time I don't really have to worry about large hits, because I will just leech it all back in no time at all. And typically large hits are slow. Obviously, in worst case scenario, the Stab Knight's gonna be, or not the Stab Knight, the Assault Flask is gonna give you more defense. But against small hits, it's really nice to have that additional armor, especially since it is an iron skin. Then, of course, Jade and Stab Knight have really high synergy, so you want to keep them up at the same time as often as you can. Did I miss the boss here? Okay. The Diamond Flask is there just as extra insurance, because why not? It also costs so few flask charges now that it's up more often than basically all my other utility flasks, which is pretty darn nice. Right. So, yeah, you'll see here, basically no problems dealing with bosses. I don't know why I picked that up, that's pretty bad, honestly. I'm gonna pick up these 2 rustics. And then, of course, once we get the last link, the Aetseries Promise is actually going to be a pretty huge deal. It'll end up giving you quite a bit of extra damage when all's said and done. But yeah, basically what you would expect from this build. There's nothing too surprising about it. It just kind of works. It'll work with low-level spells as well as high, but yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know. thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if not, I'm sorry, that's just, I can't help it, it just happens, whatever. You're still here until this babble, so we're good. We got it. I'll see you guys next time.